No, they don't. Running, I think, left some runs out there, I think.
Tell you what I'd like to look at, Johnny, is a scoring map of Nick Larkin. He's got 33. I'd be staggered if 25 of them weren't behind point.
I agree.
25 of them have been behind point, I reckon.
So Maxwell now with that open stance, waiting for Peter Hatzeglu, who's bowling at the punt road end. Bowling over the wicket. Comes in now. Oh, short. Oh, that should have been put away down the leg side. That's a wide. I think that's what they call a long hop as well.
Yeah, that was pie with sauce on that one. And
I'll let you put the fruity language on it.
Maybe it was an apple pie with lots of cream, and Matty, unfortunately, missed it.
His eyes would have lit up there. Here's Hatzeglu again, pushing Maxwell back. He's just slicing that one to point. A run. So 52 to win from 46 balls. This one could come down to the wire, Chuck.
Stars will win with 2 overs to spare, mate.
Ooh, okay. The big prediction for Western Union. Another fast delivery by Western Union. That's Chuck Berry's call. Hatzeglu in again, cutting Maxwell. Didn't get a whole lot of that to cover and no run again. So nice start to the over. He's rolled the one wide and a dot.
He's a good competitor. Disappoint Renegades. And again, for the game's sake, I hope I'm horribly wrong. And it probably will be. But we get paid to have an opinion and make a prediction. Stars with 8 wickets in the shed. They've got the power surge to go.
That's a glue. Full ball.
Goodbye.
Spanked. Cow corner. And they've caught it on the, what do you call that? The platform out there.
Yep, that's the...
Oh, that was a seriously good shot.
That's the Murph Hughes Bay 13 down there, now the Aussie broadband platform or something of the like. And
got down on one knee, launched into it, and said, see you later.
That's a great shot. And that's why I say the Stars will win easily here, because they've got wickets in hand. They can almost throw caution to the wind. I mean, we're talking about a world-class T20 player, Glenn Maxwell here. A couple of those just deflates the Renegades. Hey, 2 wickets will change it. But if they don't get a wicket in the next couple of overs, the surge is due.
That's a glue in again. Driving there. Maxwell, no run. Gee, that was a good shot. Just watch the rapid tune replay there. Gets down on one knee and he just hits it so clean, doesn't he?
Clean striker of the ball.
He knew it as well. He knew it.
Highlighter here.
Knew it straight
steal it off me? Did you steal it off me?
I can give you one of mine.
Is that mine?
No, that's my one. I can give you one of mine.
Just like to highlight the sixes, and I've thrown my highlighter away.
Oh, he was a bit in all sorts there, Glenn Maxwell. He didn't know what to do, so he just sort of bunted it back down the pitch. End of the over. Successful one for the Stars. 2 for 105.
The major moments in sport.
AFL Grand Final, we played at the Gabba.
Individual brilliance.
Martin's got it. He scored. He shoots. It's the stuff of legend.
Inspiration.
State of Origin Series is won by Queensland.
Across every town and city, sport is the glue of our local community. Listen anywhere, anytime on the SEN app. The latest news articles, podcasts, live sport and more. Download the SEN app today.
Excellent news in the Big Bash Nation commentary box. Chuck's found his highlighter.
That's really important. I like my colours. Anyone that knows me will be laughing because they know that I like my colours. Now, this is a strange bowling change.
Bo Webster.
Bowling, medium pace. Bo Webster normally bowls off spinners. So this is unexpected. I expect the unexpected. You know what I would do right now if I was Glenn Maxwell? Hey, we want to take the power surge. That's what I would do.
It's probably not.
Why wouldn't you do that now?
It's
because it's a bowler that he doesn't normally bowl medium pace, or he hasn't at this level. He normally bowls off spinners. Let's see what he's got.
He's got 1 wicket this year already. See what he's got. Comes in, full ball. Oh, jeez, that one took off a length. Maybe he is.
So, again,
the answer for them.
Maybe. The tactics of the game. That's where a split second. Glenn Maxwell's a captain. We're 2 for 105, chasing 150. Bo Webster's bowling. Hey, give us the surge. I'm on 17. Larkin's 33. They take the surge now. They blow the Renegades out of the water.
Absolutely.
Out of the water.
14th over. You would think it's coming shortly. Here's Bo Webster again. Cutting. Oh, if he got through there.
That would have been another one for him.
Another 4.
2 dots by the medium pace Webster.
Yeah.
So if they don't, well, I love the tactics of when, how, why, and there's different ways to skin a cat. Again, 2 set batsmen. So what you don't want is Larkin getting out. Then they take the surge when Maddinson just comes in. It forces him to have to go without any balls under his belt.
Webster in again to Larkin. Larkin hooking. Didn't get all of it. He'll hit it out to mid-wicket. Sutherland doing the fielding out there. Just the single. So 2 for 106 now. Larkin. We said at the start we didn't really think he was a T20 player. He's done a good job.
Excellent
so
job.
far. 35, 34.
But you know what
17.
he's done? He's played cricket shots.
Correct.
You know, no bashes, no slog, cut shots, drives, good cricket shots, and he's found the gap. So well done. Well played to Nick Larkin.
Webster in now to Maxwell. Maxwell cutting. It looked like a slower ball. He just cuts out to the deep point boundary. Maxwell wanted a second. Larkin said, no, mate. Stay there. Been a good over from Bo Webster so far. That's 1-1.
Really good.
Any relation to Jimmy, do you think?
Don't think so.
I think they're both Tassie boys.
Hey, Chuck, how far away was the Maxi 6 to Simon O'Donnell's 6? A long way, whoever sent text. The Maxwell's was a big hit, but O'Donnell's is a seat up in the second tier.
Saw the seat at the start of the game. Here's Bo Webster in again. Bowling to Nick Larkin. Bowling to a strange area there. He's cutting again. Chopped it down. 1 run.
Should remember, I was in the game. Was it Tim May or Greg Matthews that he launched up there?
You played that game?
Yeah.
Oh, would have been an enormous hit. How anyone can get it up that high and that far?
He was a massive hitter. Simon O'Donnell, he hates it when I say this, he would have made a lot of money in T20 cricket.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Bo Webster in again. Maxwell trying to hit him out of the park.
Great over Webster.
Got
out of
a
nowhere.
lot of bounce.
Three dots, 3 singles.
3 dots, 3 singles. Stars require 43 from 36. 2 for 108.
Historic victories.
Richmond win their 3rd premiership in 4 years.
Heartbreak.
From the Australian Grand Prix, just want to say sorry to our fans. The event can't go ahead.
And jubilation.
Driving clear. Johnny Get Angry is going to do it for Dennis. Johnny Get Angry wins the Victoria Derby.
Across every town and city, sport is the glue of our local community. Listen anywhere, anytime on the SEN app. The latest news articles, podcasts, live sport and more. Download the SEN app today.
Caroline pumping through the speakers here at the G. Neil Diamond, you're a fan?
Very much in my genre. A lot of people don't like Neil's work, but I was a big fan of Neil.
I'm getting Boston Red Sox, Fenway Park vibes.
Sweet Caroline. And I was a big fan of A Beautiful Noise. Every time they nicked it behind Johnny, it was like a beautiful noise.
No power surge. You were waiting there
Can't believe
to
them
see it.
surged.
Kane Richardson back into the attack, bowling to Nick Larkin now. Full in length. Just pushing that one out to the leg side, turning it to mid-wicket. No run. It has to come in the next over, surely. I mean, if
really
one of these two go
surprised
out,
take it.
this over.
That's what I hate about it. They leave it too long, and then they lose the wicket and think, oh, we better take the surge. It's common sense that if you've got 2 batsmen that have been out there, how many balls? Max faced 17, Larkin 25. It's a lot easier for them to know the pace of the wicket than Maddinson walking off the benches and then they're saying, okay, take them on.
Kane Richardson in again. Larkin facing up. Just forced to defend. Good over so far from Richardson. They take a single to mid-wicket. You would have thought you would want Kane Richardson bowling the power surge over.
Well, if they take it next over, and that's why, again, the little games within the game. So you're right. Take it next over. Richardson will probably then bowl the one after that, you would suggest. But it sort of forces him to get involved and bowl his overs because this is his 3rd over now, Richardson. So they're the little tactics within it as well.
Turns around at the punt road end. Comes in now. Glenn Maxwell on strike. Oh, Maxwell lofted him up over cover. Would have been a good catch out there.
That is
Sean Marsh coming in off the boundary.
That's a massive play.
They take 2. It just fell short of him. Sean Marsh moved well for a 36-year-old.
That was a big moment in the game. There. I'm going to circle it. 15th over. If Maxwell goes there, they haven't taken the surge. All right? He's wasted and he goes. But Marsh, when he hit it, I thought that's Mackenzie Harvey. He'll get there. Unfortunately, it was the old legs of Marsh.
See how Maxwell responds now. Takes him on. This one will be out. It is! Peter Hatziglou holds on to it at fine leg. And just as Chuck Berry was saying they should have taken the bash boost.
Surge.
And the surge, Glenn Maxwell's gone. Oh,
See, if they take
exactly
the surge,
what you're talking about.
If they take the surge, that fielder's not there.
Nope.
So Maxie has the freedom to hit it wherever he wants to. Maxwell now goes. All right, David Hussey, poor, tactically poor. Nick Maddison's coming in. They're going to have to take it in the next over or two. See, now I would let Maddison have an over just to get the pace of the wicket. Tactically poor by the Melbourne Stars. I still think they win the game, but Glenn Maxwell's almost out caught at deep point. The next ball, he hits it straight down fine leg's throat. Hatzeglu takes a nice catch coming forward, and the game twists again.
Maxwell out for 20, 3 for 111. Short ball, took on the hook shot, and Peter Hatzeglu, he didn't do it comfortably, it's fair to say. He bobbled it, but he still held on to it. Doesn't say how he caught it in the scorebook. And now Nick Maddison coming out in an uncomfortable position. 40 needed from 32 deliveries,
Yes,
Chuck. And you said they'd win with 2 overs to spare.
I'll stand by that.
All right.
And it'll go to the last over, maybe the last ball, and then we'll talk about the fact that the Renegades didn't bat their overs out.
Correct. What if it comes down to the last ball, 1 needed?
We did talk about it the halfway.
Correct.
These are all the little things as you think about as a coach and as a captain. You should be thinking about that run out from Hatzeglu. Richardson, can he knock Maddison over here?
Here he comes. Maddison first ball. He's forced to defend. They take a single. Put it wide enough there as he just pushed it down the wicket. Take a single. So he's off the mark straight away. 3 for 112. Nick Larkin, 36. Probably holds the key now.
Yeah, I agree. Daniels just texted and he said bad by Maxwell. No surge taken. Then 2 reckless shots with the field out. If the Stars lose, Maxwell needs a bake. And I agree. Got to call it as we see it. And I agree that tactically they missed the trick. And in a result, Maxwell goes. New batsman at the wicket. Where will they take it? We're into...
They have to take it the next over.
You reckon they take it the next one?
Well, you would have thought.
1, 2, we've got 5 overs left in the game.
Kane Richardson in again. Larkin on the back foot. That was well bowled.
Good pace.
Good pace. Forced him to defend.
Good over.
Really good over from Kane Richardson. A successful one. Glenn Maxwell gone. And the Stars are 3 for 112.
Red Energy is 100% owned by the mighty Snowy Hydro. And that makes us as Aussie as a Barbie at Eastern Beach. We're based right here in Victoria and have been providing electricity and gas to tens of thousands of homes in Geelong for years. So if you want an energy company that's 100% Australian owned, supports Aussie jobs and is committed to support me, call our Victorian-based contact centre on 131 806 to make the switch today.
3 for 112. Just waiting to see if the signal is made for power surge.
Gary Sobers is on. Yeah, crunchy granola sweet. I like it, Mouse. Why have I called him Gary Sobers, young man? Do you know? No. Sobers used to bowl left arm medium pace. Then he bowled left arm Chinaman. He just Webster's bowling off spin.
He's bowling off spin now. He is. I just thought they were having a conversation. He was going to go back to the top of his mark.
So after a fantastic over a medium pace, why is he bowling off spin, Johnny? Come on, tell me.
To the new batsman, trying to cramp him up.
Left-hander, mate. Spinning away from the left-hander. Trying to help you out there,
I
Johnny.
know,
Giving
I know,
you signals.
I know.
Bowling off spin to Maddison.
Webster in now. Maddison on strike. Turning that
Could
one.
be 2 here.
Big wicket. Edge of the circle. Aaron Finch steaming in.
So they're the little tactics, Johnny, in the game. That left-hander come in. So Webster says, and he'll bowl medium pace to the right end. You watch.
Oh. Are you allowed? You can do that.
You can do whatever you want to do, mate.
Okay.
Off spin, medium pace, round the wicket, over the wicket. So you should be allowed to. The batsmen have got the advantage in this game. I reckon the bowlers should be allowed to bowl over or around without even telling the batsman. The batsman's allowed to switch hit. True. He's allowed to swing left-handed, right-handed. True. So why can't the bowler run in and bowl over the wicket or around the wicket? Discussed this a few weeks ago. So he's going to bowl medium pace to Larkin and off spin to Maddison.
Into new territory now. Here's Bo Webster. Oh, he's bowled in the slot there and it's punched out to point.
There's a fielder there, though.
A fielder out there, so a single. He's taking on that cut shot a lot, isn't he?
I like it. He has. I really like this. I like the innovation. I like the bravery. Good work, Webster. Right arm, medium pace, tall man to the right-handers. Then the new batsman, Maddison, who likes pace on the ball, he's bowling off spin to him. And still, no power surge.
Yeah. Strange one. In he goes again with his offies, driving. Got ball.
This is tightening up a little now. 37 off 27. Still in favour of the Stars because they've got wickets in hand.
Tightening right up. Let's see what Bo Webster's got here. Webster around the wicket to Madison. Uses his feet, just toes it. Really didn't run with much intent there. Marsh picks it up at
Mickey Lewis, the bowling coach for the Renegades, formerly with the Stars, just came around the boundary line and had a fairly animated discussion with Kane Richardson. Now Richardson's looking to get a message out to Finch, I think. No, to Sam Harper, is it? No, he's wanting third man squarer for Larkin. Yep, that's what it was.
The cut shot.
For the cut shot. See, little things. They're thinking about it all the time.
Here's Webster in off the long run now. Fuller, he goes over cover. It's going to bounce and plug in the surface. Didn't get all of it, so they'll come back for 2. Hit it in the air. Just plugged enough for the fielder to come around. Fraser McGurk out there at deep cover. 3 for 117. Nick Larkin, 39. Nick Madison, 3.
Bo Webster, bit of a surprise packet tonight. Last ball of his second over, he's been very economical. He's bowling to Larkin, who's looking 34 off 25. Still the Stars' favourites by far. Can they get Larkin out?
Webster. Cross seam. Flicked off the pads. It'll be close.
Well bowled, Webster.
Flicked off the pads to the short, fine leg fielder. And Hatzeglu got it in quickly. So a dot ball to finish the over. 3 for 117.
Red Energy is 100% owned by the mighty Snowy Hydro. And that makes us as Aussie as a barbie at Eastern Beach. We're based right here in Victoria and have been providing electricity and gas to tens of thousands of homes in Geelong for years. So if you want an energy company that's 100% Australian owned, supports Aussie jobs and is committed to supporting the economy, call our Victorian-based contact centre on 131 806 to make the switch today.
The Melbourne Renegades, you're sniffing an opportunity here. 34 from 24 deliveries. Bash, the power boost is taken. Power surge. Getting my words mixed up. Bash boost, power surge. Too many new rules, Chuck. But it has been taken. So Imad was going to bowl the over.
They've gone to Richardson
They've
instead,
gone to Kane Richardson.
So that's understandable. Just having a look at what they're going with here. So this is Richardson's. He's finished.
Yeah.
And in fairness, right, the Renegades aren't going to contain the Stars if it goes to the last. So they sense power surge. They've got to try and get a wicket or 2, so they go to their best bowler. That's the theory behind it. And Nick Madison is in and has faced 4 deliveries, and he won't mind it because he'll go, but he's going to have to go from the outset. Only 2 men outside the circle, and they are deep backward square leg and deep mid-wicket, which tells me Richardson's going to bump it at his shoulder.
Richardson in over the wicket now to Madison. He does so. Looked like a slower ball bouncer.
Was.
And well executed as well. That's a good start to the power surge. He's bowled 3 overs, 1 for 15 so far. Kane Richardson. He's been the pick of the Renegades bowlers tonight.
Clever, experienced bowler now, Kane Richardson. And he will, with this field, he'll bump it hard at his shoulder, trying to evoke the pull shot. He'll bowl a change of pace to try and catch Madison out, who wants to swing through the ball.
Coming in again now from the punt road end. Madison, he tucked him up. Beautiful bowling. He just had to push that one through mid-wicket, and they can't get back for a second. You can just see the raw pace he's bowling with tonight as well, Kane Richardson.
Yep.
He's been a good contributor to the Big Bash over the years. He's taken this year 12, 13 wickets.
I was lucky enough to coach him when he was a young man, or actually a very young man. Long story, but I brought him down from Darwin as a 14-year-old kid, Kane Richardson.
Really?
Played Carlton Cricket Club, got him a scholarship at Carey Grammar School. It lasted 2 weeks. He went home homesick. I then coached him in South Australia. So I've had a fair bit to do with him a long time ago now, not recently, but I've seen him go from an immature young kid to a strong, fast bowler.
And here he comes again on the MCG. That's cut up and over point. There's no one on the point boundary. The ball's plugged a little bit. It's going to roll. It's going to win the race. And Nick Larkin again.
Guess where that ball went?
That went to point. He's cut up and over for 4. Another TAC boundary. And Nick Larkin keeping the Stars well and truly in it.
I would love to see a wagon wheel Not the one that we used to eat when I was young, but a wagon wheel. Larkin, he's been very good. 43, I reckon 35 of them have been behind point.
They certainly have. Here's Richardson again, over the wicket. Oh, he tried to ramp him. That one close to the leg stump. The umpire's called it wide. Oh, nearly hit the leg stump. But letter of the law is anything leg side is a wide. 28 needed off 21 deliveries. Melbourne Stars 3 for 123.
Now, this is the first over of the surge. I've just got to highlight that. They would win with 2 overs to spare. I've got 6. I've got 9 balls for them to get 28. They can do that.
Let's see how they go. Here's Kane Richardson, punt road end. Coming in. Oh, this is in the air. This one could be out at point. It is.
Well bowled.
A good catch and well bowled by Kane Richardson. A big wicket there. Nick Larkin perishes for 43. Trying to up the run rate. Sliced it to point. And that's a big wicket for the Melbourne Renegades.
And again, Jono, sorry to spin up again. So Larkin goes. There's still an over and 2 balls of the power surge. In comes a brand new batsman, and you got one in there that's faced 4 balls. So they wasted the opportunity, and I hope that they reassess that tonight and go, done by us. When Maxwell and Larkin were there, that's when we should have brought the field up and blown the game away. What they've done by their tactical error is they've kept the Renegades in the game. I still think the Stars are winning. I still think they're winning. But the Renegades all of a sudden have got their backs up thinking, we've got 2 new batsmen in here. Fields up, squeeze a few more dots, pressure the Stars. Funny things have happened.
Certainly have.
Stars have stuffed a few games up.
Oh, yeah. So have the Renegades, I guess, as well at certain times.
This might be a battle of who wants to lose it the most. 4
for 123. Hilton Cartwright, the new batsman. That wicket for Scott Pack. Turn unpaid invoices into cash. scottpack.com.au. 4 for 123. Precariously poised now. 28 needed for 20 balls. And Nick Maddinson facing up to Kane Richardson here. Short ball. Just turn to mid-wicket. They take 1. So Hilton Cartwright under the pressure now. Maddinson only faced 7 balls for his 5. Hilton Cartwright fresh. So interesting to see their tactics from here. He made 35 in his last game, Hilton Cartwright. Got them home over the Strikers.
Again, good player, technically correct, played a test match for his country, and he did last game. He's strong. He's really thick set, strong forearms, can hit the ball.
This is a really good spell of bowling from Kane Richardson.
Another wicket here for the Gades. Come on, for the game's sake.
Last ball of his spell comes into Hilton Cartwright on his pads. He's on the money. Turns that into the leg side. They will and come back. Get that down to mid-wicket. So good running there. They get the 2, and that's the end of the Kane Richardson spell. He finishes with 2 for 24, and the Stars are 4 for 126.
Hi, it's Doug the Tradie. If you're a tradie like me, you need the correct insurance. It's easy with IMAR. They offer competitive premiums, instant cover and no paperwork. Go online, get an instant quote and pay the premium, or call an expert now on 13IMAR. You'll be covered in a few simple steps and ready to get on with the job. Visit imar.com.au today or call 13IMAR and get a quote, get covered, get working.
The tradies, mate. That's IMAR.
Going to come down to the wire here at the MCG. Nearly a full house, and it's weird to say that when there's 15,000 in. 979?
Yeah, something like that. We're about 11 short, I think.
About 11 short
tonight.
Capacity in a 100,000-seat stadium.
Been a good vibe, though, hasn't it? Even there's only 15,000. Normally, 15,000 at G, you go, oh, no, but there's been a good vibe about it. And what a show of faith this is in the young man. Aaron Finch, with the second power surge over, has gone to Hatzaglu. Well done. Well done. Let's see what the outcome is before I say well done. But I like the bravery. He said, I'm backing you, young man. You've been good for us tonight.
Got the crucial wicket of Marcus Stoinis.
Maddinson on strike, the left-hander. 2 men out, a long off and deep mid-wicket. And the mid-wicket's about 10 off the fence. Long off is right on the boundary down in front of us. So this is probably make or break, I think, for the Renegades this over. Make or break.
25 needed from 18 deliveries. Chuck Berry, you got an over for it to be done. for your prediction. Here he goes. Hatzaglou in. Oh, Madison.
Start.
He's hit him for 6 down the ground. That'll help. Beautiful shot.
Fantastic shot. He stayed still and he just hit through the line of the leg spinning delivery and he whacked him over long on.
Oh, another boundary for TAC.
Well over long on. A clean swing of the back. Nick Madison is a dangerous player, and that just relieves a bit of pressure, doesn't it? Just relieves it.
It certainly does.
Now, I've got 5 balls to get them home. How many do they
19
need?
from 17 deliveries.
Madison,
he needs a couple more of them.
Madison could do it. So now we've had a change in the field and probably a better one. They had the long off back, right? Now, the leg spinner's spinning the ball, Johnny, into the left-hander. You're much better to have the long on back, right? And the mid-off has to try and hit against the spin. He's clever enough to do it. It's good enough to do it. But with the mid-on up, while there's a pause in play, it's actually, sounds stupid, an easy shot because he just hits through the line of the ball. You're spinning through, bang, over mid-on. That's a better field to have the mid-on back, mid-off up. What's Madison going to apply?
Hatzaglou in again. Madison trying to sweep. Didn't get all of that. Didn't get any of it, in fact. Hit his pad, rolled out to the third pitch on the square.
4 balls now to get
4
my
balls.
result home. Come on.
Just needs 3 sixes and a single. Easy done, Chuck. Easy done.
Hatzaglou, is he going to bowl a leg spinner or a wrong and hit a Nick Madison?
Comes in again from the members' end. Madison just on the back foot, just punches that one down to long off. Long on.
3 more balls of the power surge. And again, in the context of the game, they need 18 off 15. Stars are winning the game. However, these 3 balls, Cartwright's on strike. Does he throw caution to win with 6 wickets in hand and try and whack a couple of boundaries? Because if he does, the game's over. Or is he too nervous to do that and he just sort of plays the over out and they get 3 off it? Then the field goes out for the last 2 overs. Problem for the Renegades is Richardson's done, so their best bowler's cooked. They need a wicket, the Renegades.
Hilton Cartwright facing up. He has a crack down the ground, just towed that one. Hits it to Kane Richardson, mid-off. 4 for 134 now.
These are a big 2 balls. Make no mistake, these 2 balls. Because Nick Madison will try and have a big piece here. He's thinking in his head, if I hit it well, I'm strong enough and it's going for 6. Nick Madison is thinking in his head, 12 off the 2 balls. Let's see if he can execute or if Hatzaglou can knock him over.
Hatzaglou in again. Madison, slog sweeping in the air. It's going to fall safe. Out to backward square. They take a second. Will they come for a third? You take on the arm there. They didn't turn for a third. They took 2. 4 for 136.
Sorry, Johnny, I'm getting excited now because the tactics of the game. As a coach, right, and I'm not a coach anymore at this level, but I would have said, no, just take the 2. Why?
Oh, no need to run out at this point in the game.
Why else?
Left-hander on strike.
Yep. And it's Cartwright's new. So leave Madison there, the last ball of the power surge.
Try and get a dot ball.
Madison will try and hit this for 6.
Oh, yeah.
Madison will try and hit this for 6. So that's why I'm saying the Stars didn't need to run 3 there. There probably was 3, but Cartwright's a new batter. It's the last ball of the power surge. Madison will try and hit this for 6.
If he does, you're a genius, Chuck.
Place your bets. I'm backing him to hit it for 6.
All right. Here he goes. Hatzaglou in. Nick Madison cutting.
Well bowled.
Chopped it into the ground. It was well bowled.
Very well bowled.
So a ball to finish Pete Hatzaglou's 4 overs. 1 for 34 his figures. And the Melbourne Stars 4 for 136.
If you love racing, you'll love SEN Track. Start your day with us, Ian Healy and Pat Welsh, and catch up on all the latest in chasing, pacing and racing. Join us on SEN Track Ingham 96.1 FM, Atherton 99.1 FM and the all-new Gold Coast 1620 AM and Brisbane 1053 AM. Join in all the fun on SEN Track. SEN Track. Also available on the SEN app.
For 136, it's tightening up. The Melbourne Derby. Ooh, it's what you want. It's what you want in the Melbourne Derby. 15 from 12 balls. It's the MCG. It's lit up. It's beautiful. It's nice to be back. I've got Chuck Berry alongside me. And it's Noor Ahmed into the attack.
So how are you feeling as a 16-year-old here playing at the MCG. Can you imagine this young boy from Afghanistan, 16 years of age? Come on. He's on the Coliseum, bowling with 2 overs left in the Melbourne Derby. This is a pretty big moment for this young man, bowling to Hilton Cartwright.
Very exciting moment. Here it comes. Noor Ahmed to Hilton Cartwright. It's a wide ball. It's cut. There's a man out there. He's going to have to do a bit of work. It's cut through cover. Oh, the ball might win here. No. Well fielded out there. Will Sutherland did well. They came back for 3. Looked for all money like that was going to be a boundary, and Will Sutherland slid beautifully out there at extra cover.
Love the desperation. Can the young man hold his nerve? Noor Ahmed, 16 years of age. Biggest stage of all, the MCG.
439.
Nick Maddinson, the left-hander on strike. Stars need 12 to win off 11 balls. It's gone deeper than I thought it would. Happy to say that. And the reason for that, tactical error by the Melbourne Stars. Should have taken the power surge when Maxwell and Larkin were in. That's cost them an easy victory. Now they've got to scramble one.
Can Nick Maddinson go long here? Ahmed in. Oh, he tried to hit him over mid-wicket. Just toe-ended it.
Dot ball.
Short third man. Dot ball
is like a little gold nugget. It's a gold nugget.
Is it too early to talk super over, Chuck?
Oh, would that be good on debut for you, Johnny, if you get a super over?
10.
I hope you do for your sake. I'm barracking now for the super over.
12 off 10. Noor Ahmed, good start to this over.
Ready out in the deep.
Nick Maddinson. Oh, he didn't try and take it on. He
missed stumping.
Run out chance at the bowler's end, but no. So they take the bye.
Leg bye, maybe.
Leg bye.
So, okay.
Sam Harper spared there. 4 for 139. That one looked like it spun a bit. It was the wrong one. Spun down the leg side. He just missed a stumping.
Yeah. Well, technically he did, but it flicked his pad, so it's pretty tough to take. It would have been nice to take it, though.
Yes. So Noor Ahmed now over the wicket to Hilton Cartwright. 11 from 9 needed.
Yeah, this is tight now. This is much better than I anticipated.
This is what we wanted for the Melbourne Derby, the first of the year.
One mistake.
Ahmed in.
Oh, he's got a dot.
Oh, it looked wide from here. It was close.
Cartwright's got to get bat on ball. He can't let the ball... There's been 2 dots in this over. There's only 2 balls left in it. He's got to get bat on ball. Is he brave, Hilton Cartwright? Will he go the big one?
Very good over from Noor Ahmed. Comes in again. Wide outs. Oh, he's hit it back at him. It was like a tracer bullet. Great fielding out there at long off. Again, is that Will Sutherland again?
That was outstanding fielding.
That was excellent fielding. It was smashed back at Noor Ahmed.
I'll tell you what, I'm glad, sorry Johnny, that if that was straight at him, he was a goner because he did not see that in the lights and he just put his hands up to cover his face and it went past him at pace. That is great fielding at long off by Will Sutherland. That was a certain boundary. He's kept it to 2 and we still have a game on. They need a boundary, the Stars, this ball, to relieve the tension. He's got to look for a boundary. Don't leave it to the last over. Again, Big Bash, the coach always says the 19th over. Don't leave it to the last over. They've got 6 wickets in hand. 9 runs needed off 7. They get a boundary here, then they're home. If it's a dot ball, Renegades are alive.
What's Ahmed got for him? Down leg side. Oh, 3 runs. 3 runs.
Wide and another ball.
Poor execution late in the game. 8 now needed from 7 balls.
Cartwright didn't get bat on it, though. He should have put that away for a boundary. I'll say again, for the Stars, this ball should go to the fence. He's got to take him on. It's a free hit. Take it.
What can Cartwright muster up? He reverse sweeps. It's over the fielder. It is a 4. Great shot. Great innovation. And the Renegades might be cooked.
Yeah, they're cooked now.
Another boundary for TAC. Hilton Cartwright lofting it up and over the fielder at third man. And the Stars, at the end of that over, 4 for 147.
SEN Track is the new sound of chasing, pacing and racing. And each Saturday, you're invited to join the Saturday Trackside team. Be part of the banter, the fun and the expert analysis. And of course, there's plenty of tasty horse racing tips.
Get your pens, pencils, crayons and have your form guides be ready.
With Simon O'Donnell, David Taggart and the Saturday Trackside team. Listen via the SEN app and follow the tips via Twitter at SEN_track. Saturday Trackside. This Saturday from midday on SEN Track. The new sound of chasing, pacing and racing.
Welcome back to the MCG. 4 for 147. Hilton Cartwright, a bit funky. Last ball of last over.
It was a free hit because it was the last ball of the 19th over. They got 6 wickets in hand. He had to do something, and he reversed. So now they only need 4 off the last. Unfortunately, it's going to be heartbreak for the Renegades again, right at the end of the game. They've taken it deep with not enough runs on the board. Their batting collapse will be something again that they're going to have to review. Imagine another 15 runs on the board. Another 15, they would have won.
Imagine if they'd take second off the second last ball. Here's him, was him. Oh, Nick Maddinson!
Good night.
Game over! See you later! What a way to finish, straight down the ground for 6. And the Stars win. He wasn't hanging around for 5 balls.
Well done.
Finish it there. Done. Stars win. Nick Maddinson with a 6 to win it all.
Great finish, Nick Maddinson, fantastic. 2 big sixes he hit in that little cameo of 20. The Renegades took it deeper than I thought they would have, Johnny. I thought they were 25 runs short. In the end, they were probably 15 runs short. 5 balls remaining in the game. Little things right throughout the night. The Renegades got bowled out with a ball to spare. Their batting collapsed. The Renegades lost 8 for 71. That's something that when they get in the sheds tonight, again another loss, they'll go, well, so close but yet so far. But we've competed with the Melbourne Stars. They'll get a return shot Wednesday night at Marvel Stadium. The Stars go into that top 4 position and they lock it away. Renegades, sadly, stone motherless last.
We were treated to some excellent hitting. Nick Maddinson, just got to think he's got a big role to play with this Melbourne Stars team going forward. That was an excellent knock from him. He finishes with 20. And Hilton Cartwright on 12. You run through the card in a moment, but Renegades, another one they've let slip. Melbourne Stars win by 6 wickets with 5 balls left. And their tactics in the end didn't cost them. Chuck, you were talking about the fact that they probably should have taken the power surge a little bit earlier.
What their tactics did was cost them winning in the 18th over. That's what I believe. If Maxwell and Larkin take that, the field comes up and they go whack, then they probably win with 10, 12 balls to spare because the Renegades were under par. They didn't take it. They lost those 2 wickets that I said would happen if you like Maxwell and Larkin, and then that took the game a lot deeper than what we thought. But the power of Nick Maddinson probably in the end was the difference and got them home. But I'll look back on the first innings and say the Renegades' batting collapse left 25 runs out there. Even if it was 15, that might have made this contest a whole lot tighter. So, hey, not the end of the world. You know, you feel the team in red. They go off losers again. Maxi Klingers, I'm looking at him more from the field, a distraught figure. The green team go in winners, but they got a bit of a scare.
We're into the post-game show on Big Bash Nation for McDonald's, the McRib, and El Macco back at Macca's this summer. So another win for the Melbourne Stars puts them up to 3rd now. They might be motoring a little bit, and then they've got the return bout on Wednesday night at Marvel. Would you make any changes to either side? Braden Stepien stepping right in?
Stepien in, yep. Well, what I said before about the Finch fact, it'll be interesting to see whether, you know, they were cooked before tonight, but now, you know, they're finished. They're 3 games, I think, or something like that, off second bottom. So the Renegades, you've already got something to play for, but their big season is cooked. So I'd be having a look, 100% be having a look at Braden Stepien. Why? For next year.
Yep.
You need to see him. Well, they got 3 games left.
Yep.
Got to play him in all 3 to see whether he's a worthy contracted player for next year. If they don't play him, what they find out then is nothing at this level. They find out, he destroys him at Carlton, but we're not sure. And clearly they're not sure, otherwise they would have contracted him. So, please, Renegades staff, put him in. Even if you have to and Finch out, because Aaron Finch has got nothing to play for now in the Big Bash. He's the Australian captain. His team's not going to make it. And that sounds strange because I hate that. There's always something to play for. Bo Webster is another one they could leave out. You've got to play Mackenzie Harvey, Fraser McGurk. Maybe Sean Marsh is another one at 37 years of age. They could say, you know, we're not playing in the finals, so we need to have a look. And that's what the footy teams do.
Yep.
You know, they rest a couple of their old blokes, go and have an operation. Those blokes stay in operations, but we've got to have a look at Braden Stepien is the point.
Certainly a bit of soul-searching. I think I'm on your bandwagon just having a look at these numbers, as we mentioned at the top of the show. The next 3 for the Melbourne Renegades. We know the Stars game on Wednesday at Marvel. Then they take on the Heat at Marvel on the 23rd. Whether the Heat can get down from Brisbane with the border closures
might have to be
rescheduled. We'll see. Without the Hurricanes to finish off out here at the MCG on Australia Day. And for the Stars, it's the Renegades on Wednesday, the Scorchers at the MCG. That's going to be a good game on the 23rd of January. And then the Sixers to finish their season off on Australia Day as well. Might run through the card, Chuck, and we'll just get your thoughts on how things played out. Marcus Stoinis at the top of the order. He did all the hitting for them, the opening pair. I mean, Andre Fletcher just looked out of sorts.
You know my thoughts on that, so I've said it ad nauseum. All I'll say is if you give a player, he's now had 11 opportunities opening the batting. 11. Not 3 or 4, 11. 11. Right? He's come off how many times? One. So for me, no, I'm not going there again. But I know the Stars will because they think he's such an important element of their makeup. So they'll stay with him. They've stayed this long, so I don't think they're going to change it now. Fletcher and Stoinis will be their openers. Personally, I'm still going Maddinson at 3 to give him more balls, but you can't take away from Larkin's innings tonight. Cricket shots, mainly cut shots. played well. He got 43, so can't do anything against Nick Larkin. He'll probably stay at 3. Maxwell's staying at 4. Maddison's staying at 5. Cartwright played at 6. I don't think they're going to change. I don't think the Stars are going to change. I think it's almost too deep now and too late. Bosch will stay behind the stump as their wicket keeper. The only change, and I don't know where he's at, is Nathan Coulter-Nile. Yep. He needs to come in maybe for Hatcher, although Hatcher was okay tonight. Maybe for Billy Stanlake.
Maybe.
That's the change, because Stanlake's one-dimensional. What do I mean by that? Not a gun fielder, can't bat. So Coulter-Nile gives you gun fielder and handy number 8 batter. So if there's going to be a change for the Stars, that's the one for me. Out goes Stanlake, in comes Coulter-Nile, lengthens their batting, improves their fielding, and gives them a quality bowler.
And we saw Marcus Stoinis back bowling tonight as well. That's going to help them going forward. He only bowled the one over, but it was just good to see the ball in his hand again.
You love Stoinis, don't you?
I do. I'm a big Stoinis fan.
I don't know whether you or Warney love him more, to be honest, but
he comes on seats.
Well, with his batting, his bowling is steady, and I agree. Great to see him at the bowling crease, and it gives them an option in the middle overs to give Stoinis a couple, but Stoinis ain't going to be the difference with the ball. If the Stars have weakness, it's their death bowling, Johnny, and that's where I think Coulter-Nile, because Coulter-Nile can run in and he can bash a Yorker, he can bash a bouncer and use his slow ball. So that's the one change that you'll see in the Stars line up for the back end.
Play of the day for Drinkwise. Enjoy the game, Drinkwise. For me, I think Nick Maddinson hitting a 6 to win the game.
Let's give it that. I'm happy with that call, mate. I'll circle the 6, so that they needed 4 off the last over. He said, we don't hang around for these 5 balls. I'll just end it now. So happy with that.
Drinkwise, you won't miss a moment if you Drinkwise. What about the rookie of the match for MEGT, supporting employers and apprentices for almost 40 years? Have you got one there for us?
Yeah, I have. His name's Hatzaglu.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Hatzaglu. I'm just looking over it because, where he's come from to where he is now, he's got to be the man. I'm impressed with what he delivers. Energy, fast-hitting leg spinners, knocked over Stoinis tonight. So the MEGT rookie for me, and it's been... I'd be surprised if he didn't win it for the whole tournament. He's been outstanding.
And the leading wicket taker for the night for Henley Holmes, be bowled over by value and choice. The man you labelled Lance Whitnell. Liam Hatcher, 3 for 29 from his 4 overs.
Really?
He did.
And he started poorly, but he hit back well. And I said we like what he brings to the table. He's got energy. He's got pace. He's got to work on his execution of that slower ball. I think he bowled 3 or 4 wides. But again, he's someone they've persisted with. They stay with him ahead of Stanlake when Coulter-Nile comes back to replace him.
He bowled tighter than we've seen in the last couple of weeks. He had one bad over where I think he went for 15 or 16. And then he got the crucial couple of wickets of the middle order there.
Got Stoinis out.
Stoinis, that's right.
I'm just grabbing my sheet to see what else. Looking at their sort of bench warmers, the only other one they got is Sam Rainbird, the left arm bowler, who could be an option for them. He bowled a few good games earlier on in the tournament. So just looking for Stars fans as to possible movement they might make. And look, Coulter-Nile's a no-brainer. He comes in for Stanlake for me. That's a given. Rainbird could come in for Hatcher because the rest of them on their list tonight. Hinchcliffe's a spinner and a bit of an all-rounder. Sammy Elliott, Matty Elliott's young bloke, and Tom O'Connell's a leg spinner. So, for me, the only change, you don't be changing the team too much at this time of the year in the Big Bash. The only change is Coulton. If he's fit, and I don't know if he is, but if he's out there running around tonight, suggest he's close.
The leading run scorer for Henley, batting for home ownership since 1989. Your man, Sam Harper, 63 from 52 balls. He was impressive tonight.
He was very impressive tonight, and the thing that impressed me most was his footwork down the pitch. He was very, very good. He was the leading run scorer.
He was.
Yep. And great to see, because I put the pressure on him again at the start. Lee's all over me, but that's because I want Braden stepping in. But play both. Play them both in the side. They're the future of the Renegades. I won't call them a franchise. They're not a franchise. The Renegades club. Happy with his performance tonight, Sammy Harper.
We're just at time. Do you have a Macca's moment of the match? Mick Ribbenell Macca are back at Macca's this summer?
Well, what about, hang on, Aaron Finch, second ball?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big moment.
It's a big moment.
Maxwell takes the new ball against his old roommate, Aaron Finch, and we know Finch is a class player. He's at a bad tournament. I don't reckon he's right switched into the contest at the moment. Second ball was an almighty slog across the line. His stumps got knocked over. It set the tone for the wrong way, unfortunately.
It really did.
That was that the Macca's moment?
That was the Macca's moment of the match. Chuck, I think we're just about out of time. Appreciate your help tonight. That's Darren Berry for Western Union. Another fast delivery by Western Union. Send money overseas with our app. Hopefully we can do this again soon.
Round of applause for Johnny Donahue on debut tonight, Big Bash Nation. He's been working towards this for 7 or 8 years, just doing the amount of paperwork he's put in here tonight.
And I probably didn't use any of it.
That's what happened. Don't worry, the preparation is the key. It's like playing cricket. You do the preparation, and when you go to the game, you're ready. And you want to use one thing in there tonight. So, well done to Johnny. We're sort of patting each other on the back here at some Mutual Admiration Society. Hey, but don't worry. Everyone making their debuts a bit nervous. I arrived in the box here tonight. The MCG, I looked over and I thought, oh, he looks pretty calm and composed. And a few of the Indians in the test match today were pretty calm and composed. That's another. Well done, Johnny, is the answer. Hopefully we get a chance to do another one before the end of the year.
Thank you for that. That's Darren Berry. The Melbourne Stars victorious by 6 wickets. We're going to go to a highlights package, and then you'll hear from Josh Hazelwood after day 3 at the Gabba.
You're listening to Big Bash Nation.
Sutherland in again over the wicket. Shorter. Oh, he's taken that on. See you later. That's 6. Wow. He's hit that into the first row. What a shot by Marcus Stoinis, taking on the hook shot. In again. Oh, bowled him.
Well bowled.
That's not going to help their chances for the Bash boost. Skidded on. Played all around a straight one, Marcus Stoinis, and Peter Hatzeglu gets the big wicket. Marcus Stoinis bowled for 43. Here's Kane Richardson, punt road end. Coming in. Oh, this is in the air. This one could be out of point. It is.
Well bowled.
A good catch and well bowled by Kane Richardson. A big wicket there. Nick Larkin perishes for 43. Trying to up the run rate. Sliced it. And that's a big wicket for the Melbourne Renegades. Here he goes. Hatzeglu in. Oh, Madison. He's hit for 6 down the ground. That'll help. Beautiful shot.
Fantastic shot.
What can Cartwright muster up? He reverse sweeps. It's over the fielder. It is a 4. Great shot, great innovation, and the Renegades might be cooked. Here's him, was him. Oh, Nick Madison!
Good night.
Game over! See you later! What a way to finish, straight down the ground for 6, and the Stars win. He wasn't hanging around for 5 balls.
Well done.
Finish it there, done. Stars win, Nick Madison with a 6 to win it all.
You're listening to Big Bash Nation.
Your thoughts on that partnership and how crucial it will be in deciding the fate of the match?
Yeah, it's obviously a crucial partnership by them. We had them, I think, about 6 for 200, around that mark. So, we thought we were well on top there. And to be fair, the guys did really well. We probably didn't execute as well as we could have in that period, but we created a few little half chances. And on any other day, hopefully we take those. But credit to those 2 guys, batted beautifully. And I think it just shows the wicket's still pretty good.
Rob Forsyth.
Hey,
Hey, Josh. I was just wondering, in terms of a declaration, presuming you guys are in a position to do that, like what sort of scenario, be it runs or kind of overs left, do you think is going to be needed to win the series?
I think the way it's set up, it's probably going to be both, to be honest. Probably depends who bats. If Davey bats a long time, I think things happen pretty quickly, as we know. But I think it'll be pretty similar to maybe, Sydney, 3.5 sessions, maybe 4 sessions. It all depends on probably the weather as well. Bit of rain forecast in the afternoons on both days, so that could come into calculations, but we'll just bat normal, I guess, for the first, 2 sessions tomorrow and see where we're at, I think.
Dan Brady.
Josh, did it feel a little bit today like, the 4 bowlers, you've been together through the whole series, it just looked like, obviously you've had a big workload. You all bowled pretty well, but did it feel like you're not hitting the wall, but you were pushing up against it?
No, I don't think it felt that way. We probably just let pressure off at certain times, I think, throughout the day. I think everyone's body's pretty good, to be honest. The heat was obviously there as well. I thought Gazza bowled really well again, and everyone else backed us up. So just let a few moments slip, I think, and there's a few half chances there which we could have grabbed and made a bit of a difference. But I think obviously 4 tests in, we bowled a fair bit last game, but I think everyone's in reasonable shape for this time of year.
And what was the discussion like sort of with that short turnaround between the games about that? I suppose the 4 of you wanted to together to see out the series, and I guess sort of how much discussion was there around that?
There wasn't at all, to be honest. Everyone pulled up pretty well from Sydney. We had a pretty quiet start to the series, to be honest. Those 2 games, we didn't bowl a hell of a lot in Adelaide and Melbourne, and we had quite a bit of time off in between. So, as I said, everyone's feeling pretty good, and I think Greeny makes a huge difference, to be honest. There's that odd spell here and there that he bowls, and he's going to get on a real roll soon, I think, and take a few wickets for us and help out. But even the short spells of 4 overs here and there make a huge difference, whether, in past it would have been one of us quicks bowling then again. So it makes a huge difference.
Thank you.
Andrew Wood.
Yeah, good day, Josh. Well done on the 5. It's just, you mentioned before about Nathan Lyon and how you said that he'd been bowling pretty well. Have you sort of seen throughout the series, he probably hasn't got the wickets that we would have expected, and what role do you expect him to play days 4 and 5 when you push the
I don't think it's going to help him too much, to be honest, up here. It's probably more the quicks and a few of the cracks opening up. We didn't see a great deal of spin. Sometimes here on day 1, there's probably the most spin. It's a bit tacky, but this is a bit of a different wicket than previous years, I think. It's probably a bit drier and a little bit glassier, if that makes sense, and the ball's just sliding on a bit. There's a little bit of spin, but not a great deal, and it's very consistent. So he played a bit of a holding role as he does on occasions, and did it beautifully, I think. Wickets will come at some stage if he just keeps bowling in the right area. So obviously Indians are great players of spin as well, and we've seen that throughout the series.
Thanks, Josh.
Andrew Ramsey.
Oh, good day, Josh. I'm just wondering with a day like today kind of puts the day in Adelaide into a bit of even sharper focus against their first strength team back then, and they nicked everything and got bowled out for 36. Today you're against Taylors you probably hadn't seen before in the same area. Does it have felt?
Yeah, to a degree. I think Adelaide was, I guess it's hard to put a finger on what exactly happened at Adelaide, and you probably don't see that every day, and we haven't seen it again obviously in this series, but I think the tail enders, I think these days, I think number 8's there's not much difference between a 7 and 8 these days, and they have a lot of work into that batting. Not just Indian team, but every team around the world, and 8s, 9s, and even 10s sometimes are really hard to get out. So you just got to treat them, I think, like a top order batter, unless they have a real specific weakness. But we'll probably go back to our normal stuff in the second innings, I think, and see how that goes.
Raj.
Thanks, Cole. Congrats, Josh. Just as a bowler, what is going through your mind when 2 debutants are batting like that? Oh, I mean, Thakur is not a debutant, but, pretty much for all practical reasons. What is going through your mind? Is it frustrating? frustration, or is it just you're biding time? What is going through?
There's a little bit of frustration there, obviously, when you think 6 down and you're well on your way to knocking them over. But as I said, in this day and age, take all the way down, especially a team like England or something. But credit to them. I mean, we missed our mark a little bit, I think, in that little period where we're probably just a touch full or a touch short and a bit of width here and there. So we just let them off the hook a little bit there and probably didn't build pressure the way we wanted to. So, again, credit to them. They batted beautifully and, we'll have a look at that for the second dig.
Side.
Hey, Josh. Jim. Talked a bit about losing like today during that partnership, and I suppose was there any sort of message from him or from JL either during it or at the end of the innings?
No, we haven't spoken too much yet. Obviously, we went straight out to bat, and we'll have a chat about it probably tomorrow morning. I think we at the start of the day we spoke about taking all day to be really patient and stick to our guns all day. And if it took all day, then fair enough. So we've got a nice little lead now, 50 ahead, and we'll build on that tomorrow. And we're still, I think, well ahead of the game. So 2 full days, 2 big days to go, 98 overs a day, I think. So there we go.
Last one here, guys. Travis May.
Hey, Josh, you talked a little bit about missing the mark there. Can you just tell us about the tactics late in the day? Seemed to be a lot of short pitch bowling as opposed to attacking the stumps. What's the sort of thought process on that?
I think here at the Gabba, the bounce is so consistent. Even tailenders can hit the ball and score runs if we pitch it up, to be honest. I think the short ball's probably the best way of getting the tail out, to be honest. And if not, it's setting it up for the full ball. If you're just bowling full, to be honest, the bounce is very consistent, and it's probably one of the wickets where tailenders can score runs in front or behind the wicket. So I think bounces can not only help the scoreboard, but they bring about the wickets as well.
One last one with John Curry. John?
Thanks, Cole. Josh,